So anyway, it's the dynamic duo back in action.
Back in action.
Hansel and motherfucking Gretel.
That's right.
Okay, so if you don't know who Nature Boy is, that's fine. I'm going to share a clip with you all so you all can discover who Nature Boy is. 1 second, let me share my screen.
If y'all don't know who Nature Boy is, consider yourself just lucky at this point, okay?
Y'all see him? Y'all see this? Y'all see that body yaddy 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 yaddy? I'm just playing. Look. Why she done took her camera off? Bitch, we can still see you.
That's okay. They get ready to watch the Nature Boy up and go do something.
I didn't mean to remove her, but let me. Oh shit! Damn, I was trying to take her little thingy off.
Why don't you just leave me alone and let them watch the video?
Oh, Sean, you know what? Whatever. I forgot. You're like, I don't like to be fucked with. Anyway, y'all watch this shit. Y'all please watch this shit. This is Nature Boy.
You know why I don't let kids around me, other people, kids around me? Because the way I am. See me, I like to be naked. Let me tell you a little something about Nature Boy. See me, I'm a real human. See my kids, when I see my son, this is how I treat my son. We naked together. My son started being ashamed of his body. And I seen it happen. I didn't want that to happen. They made him ashamed of his body. They showed him that he was naked. I did not want him to know he was naked. I said, son, look here. I didn't even want him to be in a world where he knew he was naked. I wanted my son to be so pure that he never knew he was naked. I take bath with my kids. I'm naked with my kids. I have sex in front of my kids. I'll never be ashamed of sex. My son be breastfeeding and I'll be making love to his mom. That's me, bro. That's how I get down around kids. I try to keep their purity. I don't want to take their purity away by covering myself up. They're going to be ashamed and cover themselves up. And I'm pure at heart. So you can think in your mind, if I let another kid here, I'm going to have to change the way I am so that your kid can be comfortable around me. No, I'm going to be naked as fuck in front of your kids. My son comes up and grabs my penis. I let him grab my penis. I had sex with his mom. I'm making love to his mother. After I'm done, I'm laying there chilling. He grabbed my penis. And he's playing with my penis. I let that happen. I say, yeah, look, you got one too. And he laughing. And the moment is over. It's pure. And if I do that with somebody else's kids, and you see how people turned on me over here, you see how people turn on me? Bro, I'm real human, bro. Yeah, that's real. That's how I'm with my son. My son try to be, oh, daddy, don't cover up nothing, son. We naked in front of each other. We not naked. This our clothes. Fuck was you talking about? My son play with my people. He like, I said, yeah, you got one too. Their kids, they want to know. I don't want to hide shit from them. I make love right in front of them. I make love to their mama right in front of them. Like a real man. That's how I get down, homie. That's just me. And if I did that around other people's kids, they would put me under the fucking jail. You can't be a real human. That's why I don't let nobody kids here but mine, homie. Because I ain't about to alter my life for no one. I walk around naked. That's how I am, bro. I don't want kids to be ashamed of what we do. We shouldn't be ashamed to make love. Sex shouldn't be something that we're ashamed of. It's a part of life. I'm basically talking about, you know, me being a man and why I don't have kids here, man. Because I embrace my kids. And if your kids come here, I'm gonna treat them like my kids. And y'all seen, I'm gonna let the room be it. Y'all seen what people did to me. People came to me in my life. I've attracted some fuck people to me, man. They done came in here, said that they love me, and turned their back on me. And it's people like me that get fucked over. So I'd rather it just be my kids here than having other people's kids here, because that leaves an avenue for people, an easy avenue for someone to say I touched their daughter or I touched their son or some fuck shit and get me fucked up. Because I'm not changing the way I am because your kids come around. I think I am a child. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm pure in my mind and children are pure. I like to embrace the kids. Like, come here, I like to fuck with their psyche. I like to, you know, when I'm a proud father. I'm a proud father. You understand? So I would never let people set me up in that kind of way. I would never let them get me in that kind of way.
So what did y'all think about that? Did y'all enjoy that? Was that ministry for y'all? Was that I know it was. I know that was a word for some of y'all. Cause I know some of y'all got kids by somebody like this. You know what I'm saying? But I need y'all to also yeah. So anyway, this is why we're covering Natureboy. I'm gonna give y'all the second video. Please keep watching.
Not only did he tell us that he is God to these people, but he has admitted he was the leader of this group.
DeKalb County Detective Monica Panosian testifies about the evidence she uncovered while investigating the charges against alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop. DeKalb police arrested Bishop in mid-April after a woman told them she had left a sex cult and that Bishop, her former boyfriend, had posted sexually explicit videos of them online without her permission. Bishop faces 3 counts of prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions, as well as rape and false imprisonment charges. The alleged victim told police she tried to leave this house on Arbor Chase March 24th when Bishop told her he wanted to say goodbye.
He kept holding on to her and stated he did not want her to leave and to bring her stuff back inside. She stated she continued to tell him she wanted to leave, and he became irate and began to tell her that she was his property.
Police say the alleged victim told them she began crying, and Bishop started to try to have sex with her, despite her repeatedly saying no. Investigators say she eventually relented because she did not think he would let her leave. Bishop's defense attorney said the rape allegation is a he said, she said situation and pushed for the judge to drop all the charges.
There's not enough evidence presented in either or nor cases that we have presented today, and that all cases should be dismissed.
But DeKalb County Magistrate Judge Phyllis Williams sided with the prosecution and bound the case over to Superior Court.
He didn't see it as a rape, she does. That's a jury question, and it has to go in front of the jury.
There's no word just yet on when Bishop's case will be heard in Superior Court. At the live desk, Claire Sims, Fox 5 News.
We got one last video to play. I got one last video to play for you guys.
What in the fuck is a carbonation? Who want to answer?
Before there was a white man here, we existed.
People calling y'all a cult. They're calling y'all brainwashed. They're calling y'all weak. They're calling you crazy, delusional. You're being held against your will. You're not eating. You're malnourished. Rumors of HIV and STDs. What in the fuck is a carbonation?
Caesar has returned.
Women are electrons, we're movement. We're going to move through what his mind tells us to do. We're going to do that, and we're going to collectively know, like, okay, check.
You can become the master of your reality.
And how do you get people to follow you immediately? Master teacher. Never heard a black guy refer to himself as master teacher. And I'm thinking to myself, what warrants you to carry that title?
He was ordering you to slap the girls.
Bitch gonna take your place. You looking weak.
I went up against Oya. I'm Oshu. I went up against Oya and I fought and I won that battle.
So you would date a transgender?
Yeah. As long as they look like the female, not the man, not the cheap ones. You know the cheap ones. You know the cheap ones.
What's shaking up in you?
All right. So now that we updated y'all on who that is, my first question is, Have you watched his gay porn masturbation video? Have y'all watched his masturbation video? If you have, hit 1. If you have not watched it, hit the 2. If you do not give a fuck, hit the 3. I want to know. Oshun, have you watched his gay porn?
So I haven't seen the gay porn masturbation video, but I'm actually looking for that video that I sent you of him acting gay on TV, on YouTube. And I was like, what is happening here? I'm trying to find that link.
Let me see if I can find it, Oshun.
Because it was so bizarre and ridiculous.
I think that we just gotta skip that. We ain't really got that prepared.
Yeah, if we can't find it, but I know I sent it to you and I'm like, where is it? Because it would just be so great to show it. But
hey, y'all, if y'all ever interested, there's a gay porn masturbation video and you get to see this dick. You get to see that dick that his kids be touching. You know what I'm saying?
God.
That's what he said. He said his kid be grabbing that schlong. You know what I'm saying?
He did say that.
He said he be milking it like an udder.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that. But
he did not say that.
But Oshun, tell me this. What you think when she said, I am Oya and I had to fight Oshun?
I just wanted to throw up in my mouth. I literally wanted to throw up in my mouth because, first of all, you let this ridiculous person, I can't even. Hugan, I'm trying to find, I'm looking through all of our, I can't find it. Anyway, let's just get into the reading. So there's a video, you guys, if you really want to research this individual and find out what's going on, there's a plethora of information on YouTube, different people who have done investigative reports, if you will, about him. There are also interviews with former cult members. And see, the problem that I have with this shit is that, cult is a dirty word in the American vernacular anyway, which cult really just means a group of people who are set apart, right? And even the Bible says, come out from amongst them, be ye separate, said the Lord. But here in America, when people are sheeple and everybody is, on one frequency and feeding the machine, anybody who decides to do otherwise is already demonized. But then you have assholes and idiots like this who give credence to the idea that to belong to a cult means that you're doing something crazy, dirty, or just out of alignment with human decency. And that's problematic for me because there's nothing wrong with being part of a cult. In fact, in the practice of Ifa, when you belong to a particular Orisha group, right? When you are initiated into a particular Orisha, that is called a cult, the cult of Oshun, the cult of Ogun, because you are set apart, you are separate, you have come out from amongst them. So this kind of thing does a lot of damage to those of us who are trying to live in alignment with our destiny and ancestral traditions. And it's particularly disgusting because this person lacks character, clearly, is an abuser and possibly a child abuser at that, which is even worse. So I'm ready to get into the reading if you are, Hugan. I can't find the video. So we can just go ahead and start. What's my first question?
You should do, currently, as of right now, sorry, I got to be on camera. As of right now, Natureboy is locked up in prison. So,
yeah. Well, he's in jail, not prison. He's in DeKalb County Jail.
Well, yeah, he's in DeKalb County Jail. But what's most important is that he's not facing a life sentence. So I think it's appropriate to ask this question. when he's released from jail, can he reunite Carbon Nation? Can he reunite or recreate Carbon Nation? Because they've just, a lot of them have disbanded. There's only like 2 or 3 members left.
Okay. I'm going to do that as question number 2. I want to ask what the ancestors think about this foolishness and fuckery. Can I do that?
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to know, huh?
You go out off script. I sent you the questions.
Well, I didn't even look at them because I pretty much
do what you want to do.
Exactly. That's the only thing I do is what I want to do. If I don't want to do it, I ain't doing it. So I want to ask, what do the ancestors think about this foolishness and fuckery that is Natureboy? Okay. So I'm doing a bone reading, you guys. If you've had readings for me before, then you know what this is all about. If you don't, I'll try to tilt the board so you can, tilt the screen so you can see my board. But Eligio Bishop, what do the ancestors think about what's going on with him? All right, so y'all see where the charms have landed. And now I'm gonna put the screen back on my pretty face and we about to get into it. Okay, so what do the ancestors think about this foolishness and fuckery? So the first thing that I get right here, I'm gonna read this tile because this is where my intuition is taking me. Okay, this area right here. So the first thing I see here is the battery, and this is over the bullseye, right? So this is what's happening is in alignment and giving power to what the ancestors desire. Okay, what is happening is what should happen. So we could even read that perhaps as, is it karma? Yeah, so we could read that perhaps as karma, or which karma is an Eastern concept. So I'm just going to say exact change, right? So what's happening to him is exactly in alignment with what should be happening based on what he has done up until this point. Also over the bullseye, I get the heart, which means that the ancestors love what's happening to him. I get the rose quartz. So the ancestors are absolutely in alignment and love what's happening to him. They think that this is right. The battery, I'm going to show y'all how it was seated. The battery was over both the bullseye and the tile for communication, okay? Meaning that this is going to give power to discussions around this kind of thing. So this is something that the ancestors want to be talked about. They want people not to fall into such fuckery, right? They want people to have this discussion, to talk about it so that they don't fall victim to this kind of thing going forward, or that they are aware of it at the very least, right? I get the transformation stone over the heart. So this is talking about people who once loved him, people who once were in agreement with him, people who once may have thought that he was benign. It's going to transform their hearts. It's going to change the way that they see him. I get the snowflake jasper over the symbol for Ochosi, which is talking about being precise and hitting your mark. So this is a different approach to him being exposed. Okay, so perhaps in the past, leaders such as this were exposed through different methods. They're saying that this is a different way of dealing with him. Y'all look at this right here. I get the amplification stone over the win. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but it's a person who's winning a race, right? So I get the amplification stone over the win. So he might actually make out okay with this. If he doesn't win, then the ancestors themselves are saying that it is a win. It is a win for our collective bloodlines. I can actually ask. So they're not saying that he's going to win his case. They're saying that this is a win. This is a win for those people who may have been attuned to him or in tune with him. they're going to win by saying the truth. Okay. I get the anger stone, and also another piece of snowflake jasper, which is talking about things being different than what we had originally anticipated or different than what we expected. So the anger stone and the snowflake jasper over water flowing through someone's hand. So this means that he's losing, and he's losing in a way that he never could have anticipated. And that the anger of the ancestors, the wrath of the ancestors is upon him. So he's losing everything. He could have never imagined the losses that he's going to incur. And he's still foolish. Look at this. I get the survival stone, Jasper, over the clown. So he's still foolish. So this nigga's in jail, still preaching that he's God, still thinking that what he's teaching and saying is correct. The foolishness survives. Okay. I get the eraser over the house. So that means that he's going to have to come, if he can even rebuild. And that's a question that we'll ask going forward based on what Hugan had said for the second question. But I get the eraser over the house. So it's finished for him. What he had, the carbonation that he once knew, the followers that he had, the influence that he had, that's over with. That house is erased. It's blown down, torn up. It's finished. He's done. I get the transformation stone over questions. So they're saying that we need to actually ask different questions. So perhaps what we're asking are those obvious questions, and we need to look a little bit deeper. I get the hematite over medicine. So this is talking about, in order for healing to take place, we have to be grounded and rooted in medicine. This is particularly important for those people who actually subscribed to his bullshit, right? They're going to need help. They're going to need medicine. And you know, in the practice of Ifa and many other African traditions, that medicine doesn't just mean something that you take or ingest to heal things. Medicine can be something that you wear on your body. Medicine can be an ebo that you do. Medicine can be behavior modification, but there is definitely some medicine that's going to be required to fix this situation. I also get the safety pin over the tools right here, if you can see that. Okay. So this is talking about that the people who have been affected by this and the community at large are going to need tools. They're going to have to be pinned, bound to tools in order to overcome the damage that this has done. And you guys only saw clips, but there was a whole movement of people that followed this man from the United States to Costa Rica, to Hawaii and beyond. Okay, so these people are going to need some serious healing, as indicated by the safety pin. They're going to need to be bound to tools of healing. I get the anger over the person who is sick and laying in bed, if you can see this right here. So this is talking about Natureboy and him just really being at his wit's end. He can't believe that this is happening to him. Here he is calling himself God and having these people worship him and believe that he is some type of deity, but yet here he is in prison eating bologna sandwiches and sleeping with a nigga that he don't know every night in a 6-foot cell, which he might not even mind that part, honestly. But he really is confused. He's sick with trying to figure out how he got here. He's having a crisis, a crisis of understanding. I get the quarter over meditation. So this is saying that if he were to meditate about what has happened to him, and this probably extends to people who were part of his movement, if they were to meditate about it, it would pay off for them greatly, right? The quarter is the greatest denomination that I have in my kids. So meditation would pay off greatly. He would see where he went wrong. They would see where they went wrong. Everybody would understand that it was a bunch of foolishness and fuckery, and they would be able to do better. I get the feather, and I want y'all to see this. I get the feather right here over, you see a person on a treadmill, right? So this is talking about lightweight work, okay? So he's been doing some lightweight work. So he probably, no doubt, right, has had exposure to ATRs. He's had exposure to metaphysical thought. And he has probably been doing some work to try to assist his situation. Those who are part of his organization who are concerned with him have probably also been doing spiritual work, but it's very lightweight. It's light as a feather, as indicated by my beautiful charm here. It's not having much effect, but the work is being done. They really are trying to assist him, but to no avail. And just to piggyback on that, I get the wishbone here over the craft. This is a witch, and that's the craft. And that wishbone is saying that they're using witchcraft kind of as a last resort. They're just grappling, trying whatever they can do to work on his behalf. They wish that the craft could help him, but the ancestors have already spoken. And I know that the ancestors have spoken because right here, this is my symbol for Oshumare, the messenger from heaven, and Orisha. I get the lock, and I get the cloudy, I get the cloudy quartz, okay? So what that's talking about is the message from heaven is clear. He's locked into that message. They're not going to be able to do any amount of witchcraft. They're not going to be able to do any amount of lightweight workings to change his fate. They don't see it happening, okay? That's what this cloudy quartz is talking about. The deity don't see it happening. They don't see it changing for his behalf. I get the 4 here over the person whose head is buried in the sand. I don't know if you guys can see that. So the die was on 4. And so this is talking about they are stably rooted in a place where they cannot see, where their heads are buried. So this means that the 2 or 3 followers that he has remaining, and he himself can't see the truth. They don't realize that like it's done for him. What else do I see here of note? Well, I get the earring and I get the creativity stone over the summer. So I feel like it may be the summer before we actually hear, which is what this earring is talking about, before we actually hear the verdict, right? So whatever's happening in terms of the court proceedings and all of this back and forth, red tape and bureaucracy, it'll probably be the summer before we actually hear what is going to happen. So that's kind of the timeline. I get the danger stone over fear. I don't know if y'all can see that. This tile right here. So the ancestors fear for him. And fear is also dangerous for him. Not only that, so it's like the ancestors are saying they fear that things are not going to work out for him. They've been clear about that throughout this reading. But fear is also going to be a weakness for him because fear is going to allow his ego to really act a fool as if it wasn't, okay? And you guys, look at this right here. I don't want to touch it before you see it. So this is one of my ancestral stones, and it's over the man and the child. Okay, this is where it was. So what this is saying to me, and this kind of just wraps a bow on this whole reading, the ancestors have stepped in. They've either stepped in and made things happen, or they stepped in and took their hands off for the sake of the male children. They're concerned about the descendants coming out of this cult, coming out of this family, coming out of this school of thought. They know that it's not beneficial for us going forward. And so all that they have done or failed to do is in an attempt to protect these male children. last thing, I get the open bottle cap over my tile for Oshun. So what this is saying to me is that at some point, had he connected with Oshun energy, at some point, had Oshun been consulted, things might have gone a different way. But that relationship, the cap is off of it. It didn't happen, right? So he was not guided. There's very little, actually, there's no other Orisha input on this situation. I mean, we have Oshimari, the messenger, and then we have Oshun saying that he didn't do what he needed to do. What needed to be done was not done to ensure success or to ensure her involvement and protection. And we know that one of the main things that Oshun does is purification, correction, okay? And so because she wasn't consulted, he went completely the wrong way. And so here we are. So that is what the ancestors think about this particular situation. You're muted, Hugan.
I'm not on mute. Bitch, you talk loud. Anyway, thank you so much, Priest Association. I'm going to do 2 readings back to back, and then I'm going to let you finish out because I got 2 people to do after this.
My fire, take me higher. I'll be your liar too. 'Cause when we're here, there's nothing better.